So you're going to do the minutes tonight? court clerk position in the city clerk's office. Call for a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion. Okay, this is going to replace, come on up. Go ahead.
You can go first.
Oh, I was just gonna say, this is to replace Lisa's job, correct?
No,
It's
this
not?
is not. This is a additional position, under the court clerk budget, under that. The one to replace Lisa will be filled soon, but this is an additional position.
Okay, so this will actually be coming out of the court clerk's
salary,
money?
yeah.
Okay. Who's doing that now?
Ann does it currently. There's
Mhm.
been two budgeted for a while, and Charlotte Morse, when she was working here, she was coming out of that. And then when I started coming out of a different budget, so there's always been the money there
Okay,
for that.
all right. Any discussion from you guys? Okay, call for a vote. Thank you.
Trammell,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes?
Nance.
Yes.
Okay. Discuss, possibly recommend council action regarding hiring Sierra Brown as dispatcher, Range R, Step 2, at the Pryor Creek Police Department. Call for a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion.
This just replaces Natalie's position when we moved her over to records clerk. And with the retirement of Duke, we're using those salary funds to replace that dispatcher position. Bringing her in at a higher step because she's a dispatch supervisor over at Rogers County 911 right now. And she's been there about 6 years, so she's got a lot of experience. Very little training will be needed, so we feel that it's warranted to bring her in at a little higher step than normal.
Is she going to be able to train other people when they come in?
Well, we've got a supervisor there, but
Okay.
she's gonna have just as much experience as probably our, almost as much as our, longest tenured person.
So this isn't actually a new position. This is to replace somebody that moved over to records.
Correct,
So it's already in the budget.
correct.
Okay.
Didn't you bring council on this a couple of council meetings ago? Didn't you bring this up?
Yeah, we brought it up when we moved things over, and, I mean, we got it approved for the position. So we had to bring it back before here because we're bringing it in at a higher step. And by city code, if we're bringing in, like, police officers, you can bring it in at a higher step, but if it's gonna be dispatcher, we had to go back before budget to bring it in at a higher step.
Okay, what was the step we were going to bring her in? to
Step
begin with?
2, which is a couple thousand more than step 1.
Oh, she was going to come in at range R, step 1,
Yes. we're
and
bringing
you
in
moved
at
her up to
2.
step 2 because of her experience.
Correct.
Okay, discussion?
I'm good.
All right, call for a vote. Thank you.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Trammell.
Yes.
Okay, number 5, discuss possibly recommend council action to purchase the following modules within Cassell for the city clerk's office, expensed from the clerk capital outlay account 44-445-5417. Accounts receivable, investments, 3 additional licenses, document management, and cemetery management. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion. One thing I'd like to bring up is this is going to have to be on next year's budget.
Yes,
In that line item, you actually do not have the funds so we're going to have to make sure that that line item has that money in there during the next budget.
yeah, I've moved all of our software and, like our copier and stuff like that to that capital outlay account for the next budget, so it's proposed in there.
Okay, all right. So I'm just saying, this is going to be the 23-24 budget. We probably need to annotate that in the,
In the council minutes.
in the council
Or,
minutes.
agenda, yeah.
Okay, go ahead, and if you got something to say, go ahead.
Well, obviously, I'm trying to streamline everything at the clerk's office, and I'm really shocked that we don't have this already. It's not a big expense long-term. It's individually pretty cheap, and Cassell actually gave us a pretty hefty discount for combining all of these to do it at once. And they have one more to include, like, on the document management, they didn't include the right pricing on this, so it's actually gonna be a little bit cheaper than this
That's good.
in the long run, but it'll definitely streamline a lot of stuff for our office.
And you are going to obtain training to be able to run all of these different programs,
Yes, we go to Cassell at the end of July, so just a few weeks away to
which is really good.
learn about everything. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. And we were talking earlier that you're going to basically combine everything under one umbrella, right?
Everything except community development. That's the only thing that won't be under all of this because it's really expensive. It's about $40,000
Wow.
to start
Okay.
up everything, so it's just a lot of data to input into Cassell at once. So
Okay.
other than that, everything will be all under Cassell.
And so you should be able to get in any computer and get to your program and be able to do anything you need to from any position in there.
Yeah.
Okay,
And this also has the 3 additional licenses, which means that I don't have to make one of my deputy clerks log off and stop what they're doing so that I can do something in financials, or call dispatch and say, hey, I need you to get off Cassell, you can't look up warrants right now because I gotta do something.
yeah,
So that's gonna be really beneficial.
okay. Yeah, you need to have enough workstations to be able
Yeah,
to do your
it'd be
job.
really
That's,
nice.
that'd be handy, wouldn't it?
And the 10 license will give you everything you need.
Yes, that gives us all of what we need. We have to have one for the register, one for dispatch, and then the 7 for our office.
Treasurer,
Yeah. Treasurer usually works at night, so she,
we're okay?
yeah.
Okay. Any
It
other
goes by like
discussion?
how often you, or how many people are logged in at once. So-
Okay, it's not, each person doesn't have a license. You have a license for 10 machines or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Or 10 logins, I guess that's how that would be.
yeah.
But the 10 will give you, anyone that needs to use it can use it simultaneously.
Right. Nobody's having.
No
to-
more having to share.
If you need more, now would be the time.
No, I made sure that this would be plenty, so we should be good.
Okay.
Okay. Did you have something, Mayor?
Yeah, I'm gonna come up and swing back at Courtney on this one.
Okay,
Because, one, I want everybody to realize the work that they've put into getting things organized and streamlined is fabulous, fabulous. But before we even sat down to discuss budget, this was something that Courtney and I agreed on was almost a necessity for City Hall. So before we even started moving numbers around budget-wise, this money was put away immediately for that. So it will be there, it is planned in there. I would strongly encourage an approval on this.
like I said, though, if you actually think you may need another license or something, now would be a good time
To change that.
to put that in there, if you do. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can probably get it cheaper now as a package than you could if you wanted to add 2 more down the road somewhere or something.
Yeah, that's true. And with that other position being approved through you guys, we might need to add one more then.
Well, we'd have to change our motion to
We can do that.
Add one.
more, and I would support that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the
Do
ease.
you
of
have
it.
one in your office? Do you have that ability? Do you need it?
It's always nice. The idea is I want to make sure the clerks can do their job first. Before I can always go bug them all day. That's what I do anyway, so. But the idea is let's make sure that we support getting them the technology they need to get our documents and things and our funds and stuff in order the right way.
Have we rather go with 5 than 3 then?
What are we apiece?
You're at 3 right now.
What are they,
That would put you at 10.
2,000.
2,000 apiece and $50 a month. So 2,000 upfront.
I think it might be a good idea for you guys, three of you, to approve that, and then that way, the council can approve it if we need it.
Okay,
That one.
And that way, we get down the road, it's there, doesn't mean we have to spend it.
right,
Is that
right.
fair?
That'll work. I just want to make sure you got all you need to do this with, because if you're all going to be working the same program, you got to have a seat to do
Yeah.
it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So we need to amend the motion, right?
Amend it
To,
change it to,
5 instead of
Five.
3.
I'll
I'll s-
change mine to change to 5,
I'll
amend mine.
amend this second.
Okay, so the motion's been made and amended. Any further discussion?
No.
Call for a vote?
Nance,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes. Let's change that to 5. Okay, mayor's report. Mr. Mayor?
All right, so in a weird turn of events, I don't know if you've looked at the numbers for the sales tax. This is kind of like that ball game where you're in the last inning and you're down by 3. Man, stress and sweat, and then you get your reports that the numbers were amazing for the last 2 months compared to typically. So As we look at the wrap-up of the 22-23 year, we're currently standing at 10,330,469. That is 0.29% over last year. Not 29%, that is not even a full percent. It's literally right at a little over 29,000 over last year. You can't get much flatter than that. Flat is good when we thought we were gonna be way under. And the fact that it's over, man, we'll take it, right? So basically flat when it comes to sales tax. As we add on and look at the use tax, that's down 8.16% from last year. As we wrap that up, we're at, oh, I didn't put my comma in there. We are at 1,066,462 and some change, literally like, I believe it's 2 cents, it's cut off. So, you know, we'll take it. It's not what we wanted, it's not up, but we'll take it. You bring in the tobacco tax, which, you know, that's the, we want it down, but we want the money, right?
Sure.
But it's down 14% to last year, 14.64% to last year. Altogether, that brings us to 11,467,416 this year. With all of that combined, we're 0.67% under last year on the cumulative tax numbers. So last year we ended, if you add all those up, last year we were at 11,544,232, and we're at 11,467,416. So flat, we'll take it. Literally, that's good considering we thought we would be way less. So
I don't want to put you on the spot here, but I've never has been able to figure out yet what kind of money we get out of the dispensaries. I don't know, out of the dispensaries.
That's an awesome question.
I've always wondered about, you know, we've got a tobacco tax and everything, but we haven't broken down the, you might call it the
I'll get you
marijuana
that answer.
tax.
If
Well,
you can give me-
it's hard to do. I mean, it's hard to figure out
Well,
where
I'll
that's
get you an
coming
answer.
from.
It may be, we can't find out, but I will get you an answer on that.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
Give me that as homework, I'll do that for
No,
you.
that,
Can I also give you homework?
Depends on homework.
Can we, as a municipality, have our own tax, like a dispensary tax, above and beyond,
I
like,
will get you that answer as well.
we have a tobacco tax above retail sales tax?
only by a vote of the people.
Well, yes, that would have to be a vote of the people, but I'll get you definite answers on those, okay?
That's only by a vote of the people on that one.
Yeah, if it is doable, how is it doable? I think that's key,
Well, I think we have to have all those answers.
right?
Give me a week or two to get that. So, there's our tax reports. The review of the financial status is, we're flat compared to last year. That's good. Potentially, we thought as we were going into the budget,
We'll be-
Mr. Colker is looking at that right now. He's waiting on a few things to come through, a few payables. We've got a few expenses from department heads before we can officially close out and have that number to go. On our budget tentatively for this year we're now in, all the lines are filled in, everything's there. We just have to get that stamp of approval that we're in good before I throw that number at you.
And as soon as that happens, it's all hands on deck with
We're
that
gonna
budget.
look pretty much like we did last year.
Yeah.
And so, it'll be pretty close to last year. So the instruction has gone out to the department heads. We've talked to the city employees, about, you know, being prudent in what you spend and, you know, just that we're not out of the hole yet. But again, I was able to, and I am confident that I can make the statement that layoffs aren't a necessity. They're not happening. It's not gonna, we're not in that shape. So, employment gets to be maintained and, we have to make some adjustments in places, but that's okay. That's business. And so, general fund budget review we've cleaned up some things. We've had to do a lot of cleanup in terms of excess things that were there last year, positions such as a few in the city planner position that was budgeted. We went ahead and pulled those things out so that we could get a better grasp on what that really needs. That also leads to the fact that, you know, my goal is to get our reserves built back up. You know, we need to be back up at that, you know, $1.9 million, $2 million. If we can, that's not gonna happen overnight. That's not gonna happen because we put a budget through tomorrow. The idea is that's gonna take a cooperative effort from everybody. And so as we sell properties or we, arbitrarily, let me throw that out there, if we're, hypothetically, if we throw that out there that we're, we sell a property out by the river or whatever we do, those funds, we'll find a way to get those in a place that are beneficial to building up those reserves. Where we're at now and what we all came into is not sufficient for our needs, and we need to get that built up. So talking with the city clerk and the direction as those things come in, that's our focus. Get reserves built up, back up, so we have a base to stand on.
We have to have something for emergency.
So, questions?
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Nope. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, that ends that. And I know of none unforeseen business. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. Call for the vote.
Trammell,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes,
Nance.
Yes.
we are adjourned.
Quick meeting.
That was a short, sweet, to the point one. See, he can't start on the budget. You can't help him on the budget